Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth part on what if Ash gets sent down much early. I hope you guys are following this exciting series, so let's get back to it, shall we? After when Ash gets his defeat by Triple the very first time, our next episode goes to that conclusion, facing your fears within wide open. This is where Ash gets to trade Oshawott to get over his fright of overwater. This out it goes pretty similarly, but Oshawott is a bit more motivated because Oshawott is getting a bit of jealous of Ash and Krookodile in this one because because Oshawott fat out because he really wants to showcase how strong he is, but Krookodile keeps stealing the spotlight for him but doesn't show it. So Oshawott is much more willing to train with Ash, and this allows Oshawott to get a hand on his water moves like Aqua Jet a bit more faster. But unfortunately, this is also the part where Ash gets Todia. But unfortunately, Ash doesn't get Toad. Now, before I get comments, get a comment for this. It's quite simple. Ash has two water Pokemon already at this point with Oshawott and Swanna, and Ash already has a very solid ground type like Krookodile, and he doesn't need the extra typing that he knows that he won't be using as much. Even though Toad is a strong Pokemon, but to Ash he already has that type of typing coverage. So unfortunately, Ash doesn't get Toad. But luckily, we'll go to the next episode of Gotta Catch a Rock'n'Roll. And this is where Ash captured his first rock type in the whole series, I think, because it's pretty shocking. This is the first time Ash gets a rock type. So Ash the catches Rock'n'Roll in here, and I feel like Rock'n'Roll would be a fan with Krookodile, thinking it's a cool Pokemon on Ash's team, kinda like Scraggy here. So Ash still gets Rock'n'Roll here because Krookodile being here much more early doesn't interfere. So Ash still gets Rock'n'Roll on here. And this is where we get to pass through a couple of episodes here, like where did you go, Arno and Archives in the modern world, then a fishing contest in the fishing competition. I think we could let Ash and Oshawott here to have a much more screen time here, having a little more bonding moment here. And the next one is a movie set with movie time Zora in the Legend of the Pokemon Night. I think we could have Ash and Krookodile here because I could see easily how Krookodile wants to be a movie star. So sorry Pikachu, you're getting step aside for this one. But luckily for the little mouse, the next episode he gets to showcase why Ash is his most reliable Pokemon on the reunion battle in Nemesis. This is where Ash gets to go to this little tournament here where he needs to pick 3 specific Pokemon here and needs to choose one of them for a one-on-one battle. Ash obviously chooses Pikachu here, and his 2 new capture here like Rock'n'Roll and Swatloon here. And this is where Ash meets Burgundy the second time. After Burgundy insults his Pokemon, he's wanting to get a little bit of a revenge here. So he's happy as he sends out Rock'n'Roll here and Burgundy sends out Scoutland here. Originally, Ash still won this battle. This still plays out, but luckily for Rock'n'Roll, his rock type thing allows him to resist Scoutland's normal type, as Ash managed to end the battle with a powerful rock blast here. earning Rock and Roller a first win here, and a very important one since its first debut in the battle. And Ash's second match is much more difficult, you could say. On Ash's second match, he faces with Georgie here, a Dragon Buster here. And since Ash doesn't have Snivy here, but he still has a Grass type with Swadloon here. And once Georgia sends out Pon here. And now in learning it, this Pokemon is a Steel type. And Ash is realizing that Swadloon's Bug and Grass typing is no match for the Pokemon Steel typing. It's a pretty tough battle, especially for Ash's Pokemon Swadloon. So once Ash finds out that Swadloon could get defeated, Ash tries to plan out in his move and realizes that he could use String Shot to trap the Steel type Pokemon a bit, and this allows Ash to have a small opening as Swadloon unleashes upon a powerful Razor Leaf. Even though it doesn't do much damage, but it managed to do a critical hit on Pania, allowing Swadloon to win here. But it's shown that Swadloon is very tired here, and at some point it would have got defeated, but since Ash is being there encouraging Swadloon to continue on. This allows Swadloon and Ash to get a closer and much more trusted towards one another. And Swadloon still wins here, no problem. However, it's the third match that gets Ash a bit, where he finds out he's going to bet the Iris and his Excadrill here. And Ash finds out how powerful Iris really is when Excadrill finally listens to her. And this impresses Ash quite a bit that he's actually struggling. It's not just that Excadrill could immune to his electrical typings. It's the fact that Iris and Excadrill are very in sync, and this goes very much more an even match here. But Excadrill have a slight advantage here, being a ground typing and all. And this the fact that Ash still loses here, and he's pretty shocked by this, and learns that he needs to train much more hard here, because right now Iris and Excadrill are in good terms here, which means Ash is going to have an interesting sparring match. And once Krookodile finds out Pikachu's got defeated by Excadrill, he was pretty angry by this because he wanted to beat Pikachu, but still wants to train more, because right now Excadrill is in his mind right now. And Ash noticed this in the sparring match, and Ash thinks that this could be a good motivation that his rival got defeated by another Pokemon that he admires a lot. This Ash gets him thinking and smiles a bit. But unfortunately, that's going to be a next time for the next day. Our next episode goes to Meowth's crafty tactics. This is where the episode where Meowth temporarily joins Ash and the gang, but unknown to them, Meowth is tricking them, but they don't know that. But there's one Pokemon that doesn't fall for this, Krookodile. For some reason, he just has this feeling that he can't trust the mouse, including Pikachu. So, for the rest of the few episodes, Krookodile would hesitant listen to Meowth every time he tries to help. But that doesn't stop from Scrappy to learn high jump give from its evolution counterpart here. So we go past through the episode until Meow betrayed them. And this is where Krookodile is very angry of him and he wants to battle, and it played out pretty similarly where Krookodile manages to save the Pokemon and played out pretty similarly in the anime. But our next episode is a very important one. Enter the electrical gym leader. And this is where Ash finds out the gym leader Elsa has an embargo with a move called Attract. And remembering the last time he battled a Pokemon with that same move, he couldn't exactly beat it. So it made it all the worse for Ash to strategize what to do. It's much more worse, so to the point that he doesn't bring Pikachu here, which leads the little mouse frustrated here. But for the next, the Ash has a better plan already, as Elsa sends out Zep Striker here, and Ash sends out his only counter. He can't send out Swatloon here because he knows that Blitzer can use a fire type move, which is quite effective against his bug grass type. So he sends out Krookodile for some counters here. As Zep Striker can't use his electric typing, the only move he could do is Stomp and Flame Charge. But luckily for Krookodile, with his ability Dig to dodge the attack and doing super effective against the electric typing, and not only that, it allows Krookodile to unleash a powerful rock slide. Its Substriker tries to stomp him into the ground, but got flinched by the rock slide move, leading Krookodile to have a powerful counter with a crunch attack, knocking out the striker here. And this Elsa is pretty impressed, so she sends out her tricky Emolga to battle. And this is where immediately Elsa will use a check here, and this managed not to hit Krookodile because it actively avoid the attack by using the move Dig. This is a strategy from Ash's part, thinking that Attract won't do anything as long as it doesn't hit Krookodile directly, giving Krookodile a upper hand here, as Krookodile uses Sandstorm once it comes out, make it even worse for Emolga to hit Attract here. As Emolga tries to find any way to find Krookodile, it's get jumped by Krookodile with a powerful rock slide, doing major damage. But surprisingly, Emolga wiggle out the attack and unleashes a powerful aerial ace, doing some solid hit on Krookodile. But unfortunately for Ash's solid strategy, Emolga is much more trickier by using the move Volt Switch, as it tried to hit Krookodile but it did nothing, and Emolga did not switch out. Instead, since it's much closer to Krookodile, which is Elsa's strategy to get close, as she tries to use a check once again, and this does manage to hit Krookodile. And Ash has a bit of a panic because he has no Pokemon that could counter this move, as Emolga took the opportunity to do aerial ace after aerial ace, as Krookodile is taking a lot of damage to the point where it's almost knocked out, forcing Ash to return Krookodile, and has no other choice but to send out his second Plania, Swatloon. Even though Swatloon hasn't battled much, but the grass typing could give him some advantage on the grass electric type. But unfortunately, the flying type is another problem on its own. As Elsa tries to use a tractor, Ash tries to command Swatloon to dodge, but unfortunately Swatloon is much more slower than Krookodile, so it got hit. But to Ash's surprise and the rest of his friends, Swadloon isn't affected, which means there's one key thing here. Swadloon is a female, and Ash had no idea that fact, which leads a silly thing happened where here. But regardless, thanks to that, it gave Swadloon an opening here, unleashing a powerful razor leaf towards Amalga here, getting critical hits after critical hits, and then Swadloon tries to restrain the squirrel Pokemon by using String Shot, and it does so, and then Swadloon goes in for another razor leaf here. But unfortunately, Amalga unleashes a powerful discharge, hitting everything, allowing her to free herself in a sticky situation, and also unleashes a powerful aerial ace here. And unfortunately for Swadloon, it can't overcome the 2-time powerful move against it, meaning it's knocked out in 2 hits here, leaving Ash with no other choice but to send out Krookodile here. And thankfully, the attack faded away thanks to switching out, and Krookodile charges in for a powerful crunch attack. But unfortunately, Amalga quickly dodges the attack and quickly uses an aerial ace, and Krookodile simply took the hit and does for another crunch attack. But even though it's literally in his mouth, unfortunately Amalga is literally in his face, allowing her to do another powerful attack. And Ash calls out for Krookodile to call a move while it's still in its jaws. And this is where Krookodile remembers that Pokemon that he battled, and he failed Ash so miserably. And as soon as he remembers that memory, he literally snaps out of it, and allowing Krookodile to use a powerful rock slide as Krookodile throws Amalga into the air, and rock slide crashes down Amalga into the ground, leaving Amalga knocked out here. And Ash and Krookodile celebrate the fact that they defeated a Tractor. But unfortunately for the Krookodile, he defeated 2 Pokemons here, even though they're electric typing, but Krookodile is very tired at this point. And Elsa took this opportunity to send out the electric seal Pokemon here. Even though Ash feels a bit too cocky, but still knows the fact that Krookodile is very tired. So it tried to use Dig, but once it tried to come out, Ash quickly finds out this Pokemon has the move Levitate because it's unaffected by Krookodile's ground typing, which allows electric to pull out a powerful acrobatic, knocking out Krookodile. And this is where Ash panics a bit. He doesn't know what else to do. He has Pokemon potentially, but he has no idea they could handle this electric. But he got shocked from Pikachu, and this played out pretty similarly, where Pikachu just knocked out Ash's weird feeling here and managed to let Ash become Ash again. And Ash has find his confidence back as he sends out Pikachu here. And this is a much more even battle. And learning from the previous battle with Krookodile, Ash learns that he can't get close to this electric Pokemon. So once Ash calls out for a quick attack, it does some damage and immediately runs away, because electric would have done a powerful flash cannon. And then once it fires the attack, Ash took the opportunity to call out a powerful thunderbolt. And once it does a powerful move, striking it through its body. This allows Ash to call for a powerful Iron Tail. But unfortunately, Elsa remembers how fast Pikachu is going, so she predicted the next move and called out for a powerful acrobatic as the two moves collide one another as they cancel each other's out. But unfortunately for Elsa, Pikachu is much more faster than she expected, as she did not expect for Pikachu to recover so quickly, as the mouse Pokemon unleashes a powerful electrical ball, striking through electric and managed to knock out the terrifying electric Pokemon, knocking it out, and Ash earns the badge here. And this is where we're gonna end the episode here. So, do you like how this one plays out than the original? Well, if you like it and you manage to watch all the way through, it would be mean a lot to me if you subscribe, so you can know the next spot coming. So next time, peace.